Now to Ukraine and Russia. Russia is continuing to target cities in Ukraine, while Ukrainian forces appear to be ramping up their counterattacks deep inside Russian territory. Russian planes dropped powerful glide bombs on residential districts of the southern Ukrainian city of Zaporizhzhia, killing one person and wounding dozens of others. Meanwhile, unverified social media footage showed what appeared to be a drone crashing into a busy beach at a Russian resort on the Black Sea coast. Russian officials said 6 people were killed and dozens wounded. Ukrainian drones also struck another major warehouse belonging to Wildberries. That's Russia's biggest online shopping company. Well, DW has been banned, as you may know, from Russia, so our team reports on Russian affairs from Latvia's capital, Riga. Our bureau chief there, Juri Rescheto, joins me now. Juri, what more can you tell us about the Black Sea drone attack?
Walter, according to the Russian authorities, at least meanwhile 7 people, including 3 children, were killed in what they say was a Ukrainian drone attack on a resort village near Gelendzhik on Russia's Black Sea coast. Around 40 people were reported injured, with 17 hospitalized, 4 of them, including 2 children, are in a critical condition. Videos circulating on social media appear to show the drone crashing directly onto a crowded beach where people were in the water and along the shoreline. At the time, regional authorities initially described the incident as the fall of drone debris. Ukrainian Telegram channels, however, claim the drone came down after being disrupted by Russian electronic warfare systems. Alongside the usual official condemnation of the attack as an act of terrorism, questions are also being raised in Russia about the apparent lack of warning for residents and tourists. Locals say they never heard air raid alerts, despite the fact that warning systems are installed in the village.
Now, there was a deadly blast in central Moscow, too, over the weekend. What's been the reaction to that, Juri?
Well, there has been relatively little coverage in Russia of the apparent assassination attempt yesterday in Moscow. If reports there are correct and the target was the commander of the Russian Air Force, it would represent a significant blow to the image of Russia's internal security system. It would also be far from the first time a senior Russian military officer has been targeted since the start of the war. At least 3 generals have died in bombings in Moscow and the surrounding region in the last 4 years. Yet official reactions have been remarkably limited, with Moscow's Mayor Sobyanin's description of the explosion as a terrorist attack being one of the few public comments from senior authorities. Another notable reaction came from Russia's embassy in Italy. Why Italy? Because the explosion took place at Basil's Rossi, one of the Moscow's most exclusive Italian restaurants. The embassy claimed that Zelensky's terrorist organizations, as they put it, was behind the attack. According to the embassy, those behind the attack deliberately attacked one of the Russian capital's best-known Italian places in an attempt to intimidate Italians working in Russia.
And finally, Juri, I wanted to ask you about Ukraine targeting Russian online retailer, Wildberries, it's called. I understand that more than a dozen warehouses of Wildberries have been hit since mid-July. Is that beginning to hurt the Russian economy, Juri? And is it bringing the war closer to ordinary Russians?
Well, yes, to be precisely, since mid-July, Ukraine has targeted 18 Wildberries warehouses across Russia. Analysts estimate sellers may have lost between up to 280 billion rubles, or roughly 3 billion euros, as a result of the strikes. We can't independently verify President Zelensky's claim that Wildberries was supplying goods or components to the Russian military, but the attacks are clearly disrupting the logistics network of Russia's largest online retailer and, yeah, could have wider economic consequences. Marketplace sellers are describing the situation in the media as a business disaster, warning of potential bankruptcies. Wildberries is reportedly looking at rerouting deliveries through Belarus and Kazakhstan to keep its supply chain running. The attacks have also raised concerns across the industry. According to the Russian media, the other big retailer, Ozon, has advised sellers to move part of their goods from major warehouses to local pick-up points as a precaution against possible future strikes.
Juri, thank you very much. That was DW's Juri Rescheto in Riga.